Capeville Tower. Good evening. Ukraine. 6774 is on approach.
Air Canada 2943 cleared for pushback.
Ukraine. 6774 cleared to land runway 35 left.
Capeville ground. Air Canada 2943 ready to taxi. Air Canada 2943 taxi to runway 35 right.
Capeville clearance. Good evening. Qatari 2015 ready for pushback at Bravo 1. Qatari 2015 cleared for pushback.
Capeville Tower, good evening. Qatari 19 is on approach.
Capeville ground. Qatari 2015 ready to taxi.
Qatari 19 clear to land runway 35 left.
Qatari 2015 taxi to runway 35 right. Capeville ground. Ukraine 6774 requesting taxi to the gates.
Capeville Tower. Air Canada 2943 ready for takeoff runway 35 right. Air Canada 2943 cleared for takeoff runway 35 right.
Ukraine 6774 taxi to gate Alpha 3. Capeville clearance. Good evening. FedEx 59905 ready for pushback at Charlie 1. Ukraine 6774 hold position. Ukraine 6774 continue taxi. Capeville ground. Ukraine 6774 with you. Capeville Tower. Qatari 2015 ready for takeoff runway 35 right. Qatari 2015 cleared for takeoff runway 35 right. FedEx 59905 cleared for pushback. Capeville Tower. Good evening. FedEx 4826 is on approach. FedEx 4826 cleared to land runway 35 left. Capeville ground. FedEx 59905 ready to taxi.
Capeville ground. Qatari 19 requesting taxi to the gates.
Capeville clearance. Good evening. Air India 1843 ready for pushback at Bravo 5.
Qatari 19 taxi to gate Bravo 1.
FedEx 59905 taxi to runway 35 right.
Air India 1843 cleared for pushback. Capeville ground. Air India 1843 ready to taxi.
Capeville ground. FedEx 4826 taxi to the gates.
Air India 1843 taxi to runway 35 right. Capeville clearance. Good evening. Ukraine 46903 ready for pushback at Alpha 4.
Capeville Tower. Qatari 19 request to cross runway. Qatari 19 continue taxi.
Capeville Tower. Good evening. Air India 1360 is on approach.
Capeville ground. Qatari 19 with you.
Air India 1843 cleared for takeoff runway 35 right. Air India 1360 cleared to land runway 35 left. Ukraine 46903 taxi to runway 35 right. Capeville Tower. Good evening. Air Canada 1350 is on approach.
FedEx 59905 cleared for takeoff runway 35 right.
Air Canada 1350 cleared to land runway 35 left.
FedEx 4826 taxi to gate Charlie 1.
Qatari 5537 cleared for pushback.
Capeville Tower. FedEx 4826 request to cross runway. FedEx 4826 continue taxi.
Capeville ground. Qatari 5537 ready to taxi.
Capeville ground. FedEx 4826 with you.
Qatari 5537 taxi to runway 35 right.
Capeville clearance. Good evening. Ukraine 5505 ready for pushback at Alpha 5.
Capeville Tower. Good evening. Qatari 9654 is on approach. Ukraine 46903 cleared for takeoff runway 35 right. Qatari 9654 cleared to land runway 35 left. Air India 1360 taxi to gate Alpha 4. Capeville ground. Air Canada 1350 taxi to the gates. Capeville Tower. Qatari 5537 ready for takeoff runway 35 right.
Ukraine 5505 cleared for pushback.
Capeville Tower. Good evening. Ukraine 1674 is on approach.
Capeville Tower. Air India 1360.
Ukraine 1674 clear to land runway 35 left.
Air Canada 1350 taxi to gate Bravo 4. Air India 1360 continue taxi.
Blue Sky 23902 cleared to land runway 35 left.
Air Canada 1350 continue taxi. Capeville ground. Air India 1360 with you. Capeville ground. Air Canada 1350 with you. 1537 cleared for takeoff runway 35 right. Capeville clearance. Good evening. Blue Sky 2737 ready for pushback at Charlie 2.
Ukraine 5505 taxi to runway 35 right.
Qatari 9654 taxi to gate Bravo 5.
Blue Sky 7695 ready for pushback at Charlie 4.
Ukraine 5505 cleared for takeoff runway 35 right.
Qatari 9654 continue taxi. Capeville ground. Blue Sky 2737 ready to taxi. Capeville ground. Qatari 9654 with you.
Capeville ground. Blue Sky 7695 ready to taxi. Capital Tower, good evening. Blue sky 1738 is on approach. Blue sky 1738 clear to land runway 35 left.
Cape Hill ground, blue sky, 23902, taxi to the gates.
Capital clearance, good evening. In Canada 4681, ready for pushback at Alpha 1. Ukraine 1674, taxi to gate, Alpha 5.
Cape Hill Tower, good evening. Air Canada 6160 is on approach. Air Canada 6160, clear to land runway 35 left. Blue sky 2737, taxi to runway 35 right.
Blue sky 7775, taxi to runway 35 right.
Blue sky, 23902, taxi to gate, Charlie 2. Air India, 7463, cleared for pushback.
Capital Tower, Ukraine 1674, request to cross runway. Air Canada 4681, taxi to runway 35 right. Capital ground, blue sky 1738, taxi to the gates. Ukraine 1674, capital clearance, good evening. Air Canada 2593, ready for pushback at Alpha 2.
Capital Tower, good evening. Singapore 9326 is on approach.
Cape Hill ground, blue sky, 23902, with you.
Blue sky 2737, cleared for takeoff runway 35 right. Singapore 9326, clear to land runway 35 left.
Blue sky 7695, clear for takeoff runway 35 right. Capital ground, Ukraine 1674, with you.
Cape Hill Tower, Air India, 7463, ready for takeoff runway 35 right.
Capital Tower, blue sky 1738, request to cross runway.
Cape Hill clearance, good evening. Blue sky 7 pushback at Charlie 3. Air Canada 6160, taxi to gate Bravo 3.
Air Canada 2593, clear for pushback.
Air India 8713, cleared for pushback. Capital ground, Singapore 9326, taxi to the gates. Blue sky 7507, cleared for pushback.
Capital Tower, good evening. Ukraine 1180 is on approach.
Capital ground, Air Canada 2593, ready to taxi.
Air India 8713, taxi to runway 35 right. Cape Hill ground, blue sky 7507, ready for taxi. Singapore 9326, requesting taxi to the gates.
Capital Tower, good evening. Ukraine 6502 is on approach. Ukraine 6502, clear to land runway 35 left.
Ukraine 1180 is going around.
Air Canada 2593, taxi to runway 35 right.
Ukraine 6775, cleared for pushback.
Blue sky 7507, taxi to runway 35 right.
Capital Tower, good evening. Air India 6702 is on approach. Air India 6702, clear to land runway 35 left.
Air India 7463, cleared for takeoff runway 35 right.
Singapore 9326, taxi to gate Charlie 3.
Ukraine 6775, taxi to runway 35 right.
Capital Tower, Air Canada 4681, ready for takeoff runway 35 right. Air Canada 4681, cleared for takeoff runway 35 right.
Air Canada 6160, continue taxi. Cape Hill ground, Air Canada 6160, with you.
Capital ground, blue sky 1738 with you.
Capital Tower, Air India 8713, ready for takeoff runway 35 right.
Qatari 1943, cleared for pushback.
Capital Tower, Singapore 9326, request to cross runway.
Ukraine 6502, taxi to gate, Alpha 1.
Capital ground, Air India 6702, taxi to the gates.
Qatari 1943, taxi to runway 35 right.
Air India 8713, cleared for takeoff runway 35 right. Singapore 9326, continue taxi. Blue sky 7507, cleared for takeoff runway 35 right.
Ukraine 6502, continue taxi.
Ukraine 6775, cleared for takeoff runway 35 right.
Capital ground, Ukraine 6502, with you. Air Canada 2593, cleared for takeoff runway 35 right.
Capital ground, Singapore 9326, with you.
Capital Tower, Air India 6702, request to cross runway.
Qatari 1943, cleared for takeoff runway 35 right.
Air Canada 9816, clear to land.